When we come here, depending upon the difficulty level of the life experience we've chosen, we take more or less of our energy with us. For an average lifetime, we typically bring between 60–80% of our soul energy into incarnation with us. Therefore, even if ones you love who are already back in the world of spirit have incarnated again on another adventure, there will still be a part of their energy there to meet with you and welcome you home. You will then evaluate your life experience with your teachers and learn the lessons of your successes and your mistakes. You will then spend time in learning and resting before beginning to plan your next incarnation. For those who do not physically die before the great harvest arrives, there will be a moment of 0 point time where you will enjoy an ecstatic merging with the infinite creator, giving you a wonderful reminder and reassurance of who and what you really are, before the veil of forgetfulness once again descends upon you, and you will be transported to the place that awaits you, depending upon whether you join us in 4th density negative, unlikely, gradual to 4th density positive, possible, or go to another similar 3rd density planet. For the lukewarms, to continue in your learning for however many cycles it takes you to gradual to 4th density positive. Those in this category will not remember anything at the time of your transition. It will be just like nothing has changed, except you will retain the memory of your 0 point experience to encourage you. You will not remember the recent experiences of the harvest in this life here. It just be as though you all had some mystical experience, and life will continue as normal for you. I find you difficult to believe and yet you respond and inform in a very sophisticated manner. It is quite intriguing. That is good. I do not want for you to blindly believe me. Too many on this planet spend their entire lifetime doing and thinking things because others say that they are true. What I want is that my words become a catalyst for you. That is what we came here to do. If my words cause you, even if for just a short time, to stop for a moment and evaluate that which you think you already know about the nature of life and take for granted as being true because everyone else believes it, then my time will have been well spent. My desire is that you become an authentic human being, thinking and feeling and deciding for yourself what feels like truth for you. I wish you well in your endeavors. You can't provide one shred of proof that this isn't a hoax, even though it would be incredibly easy to do so. Were you who you claim you were? Won't, not can't. Big difference. This is not intended to be an object lesson prophesy fulfillment. If you think I thought that I would be blindly believed, or even wanted for that to happen, you are very much mistaken. I would be disappointed if that were to be the case, for you will have learned nothing from my time here. Not you personally, I mean you as in people in general. My task here, as has been my task incarnating here for thousands of years, is to provide a catalyst, to make you think again. Not you personally, I mean in general. If I were to give you the proof that you are looking for, if I were to predict things and tomorrow they all happen before your very eyes, people would likely take everything I've said here as gospel. That would be disastrous were that to occur, because you will have learned nothing for yourselves. It's not about me, I'm just a messenger. It's all about you again, generally speaking, and what you do in relation to the catalyst. Question what you think you know about reality. Seek the infinite creator within you, and ask for its guidance. Ask, and you will receive. Search, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened for you. I am a 32nd degree Mason, although if you were really a royal bloodline person you would know that it means nothing. If you have genuinely attained the level of Sublime Prince of the Royal Secret through the Scottish Rite, or that of the Order of the Knights Templar through the York Rite, and have not been taught of the truths of creation, then I would be very interested indeed to know which area lodge you attend, as I would very much like to speak with your current worshipful master. Naturally, I completely understand and respect if you do not wish to make such personal details known publicly though. Of course what you said in another post about there only being 3 degrees is true. For those attending the Blue or Craft lodges, though as you've stated that you are 32nd degree, I'm presuming you are either Scottish Rite, or the York Rite's equivalent. I hope to be able to be present personally in the event that you are ever invited to progress beyond the 33rd degree. I would like to be the one tasked with introducing you to Lucifer. I expect you will likely come back and say how there is no further progression beyond 33rd. Well, if you're lucky, there will be a nice surprise in store for you, somewhere down the line. I sincerely hope that make it that far. That your repeating debunked conspiracy theory shows you're just here to hoax. That word debunked always brings me a hearty laugh. Some people seem to think that throwing the word debunked around means that it really has been. The vast majority of debunking has more holes in it than the conspiracy theories it's meant to be silencing. Just enough of a shell to help those who really don't want the truth to be true, to carry on believing that it's not, so they can replace their heads back into the sand for a while longer. Anyway, I must press on with questions from those with open minds. I leave you with my regards. Keep up your good work. Over the course of my life I have occasionally resorted to prayer, some formal and some not, with truly astounding and nearly instant physical results. I've taken these results to heart as personal evidence that some higher force or forces can respond in a meaningful manner to at least me and perhaps to anyone. Still, I don't rule out the possibility of coincidence. From your vantage point, would you please be gracious enough to shed light on this phenomena? There is no such thing as coincidence. Nothing happens by chance. Life is in a constant process of communication with us, only mostly, people are too busy to notice. Our infinite creator longs to be close to us. In truth, he is closer than most would believe. They just don't notice him, as they pass him by on the street every day, when he gives them their change at the shop, when you tuck her into bed and give her a kiss goodnight, when you squash him as he's running up your bathroom wall toward his web, when there's no one else in the room but you. The main reason people don't have their prayers answered is because they do not really believe that they will. Don't have faith in our infinite creator. Have trust in him. The most powerful form of prayer is thanksgiving. For even before you ask, I have already given it unto you. Thanksgiving is knowing that our infinite creator has provided for you as he promised, and being thankful for that, even before you see the results. The more we trust in our creator, the more results we get. Life gives us what we expect we'll receive, because all thought is creative. If we get up and expect to have a bad day, more often than not, that's exactly what we'll get. But remember that it works both ways. And this one would be the hoaxer's sock puppet. New name. All posts in this thread, acting as the coach for the OP, created to give him/her the aura of credibility. Oh dear. You really are desperately clutching at straws. Any admin can have the power to see if I'm using multiple accounts. I would be more than happy for an admin to say if I am, because I am not. 2 accounts will show for me. Hidden Hand, my first one that I never got the confirmation email for, and this one, Hidden Hand, the one I did get the confirmation for. My infinite creator gives me the only credibility that I need, or that I want, for that matter. Hidden Hand, I've enjoyed reading your posts if for nothing then the unusual, for whistleblowers anyway, fact that it isn't bullet holed with bad writing, grammar and typos. May I respectfully recommend that you choose another venue next time. I like Project Camelot myself. In any case I'm still reading with an open mind but skeptical mind. Thank you. We are aware of Project Camelot. They are doing some remarkable work, though I was not aware they also have a forum. If that's what you are suggesting, not really my area usually, dealing with the internet. In fact I rarely have time to even venture onto it. I have quite enjoyed this time of relating to others over cyberspace. Well, if you're game for an assignment, or maybe someone else if you haven't the time, I would be happy for someone to collate this topic, minus the interruptions, so that the message appears with just the actual flow of questions and answers, and post it there in one piece, if you so desire. As I mentioned before, I chose as I was reliably informed that it is one of the forums with a higher rate of intelligence and reasoning amongst its members. On the whole, from my experience here, I would tend to agree. Though if you think it would be of value to Camelot, by all means you are most welcome to spread this message. The more people it can reach, the better. I have very few dreams nowadays, but I had one last night, and it urged me to pose a question to you. I find it amazing that out of all the topics the universe has to offer, it offers me this. Nothing by chance, sir. Nothing by chance. Dreams are a key method our souls use to speak with us. The conscious mind is too busy and distracted most of the time to hear what spirit has to say, so it tends to use the subconscious instead. Hidden Hand, I have, for my whole life, searched near and far for answers to questions. When I read your words I am compelled from within to explore their complete meanings and truthfulness. I am forced to examine them to the fullest, and I am charged with comparing them to the truth within me. That is precisely that way it should be. Again, I would encourage you not to just blindly accept what I say as the truth. It never was my intention that anyone should make such an error in judgment. That is not to say that my words are not true, but that one must weigh them up, meditate upon them, and decide for yourself in the light of your intuition and inner feelings, whether or not these words feel true for you. Hidden Hand, my question I pose to you, with the greatest respect and humility, Who will you stand before when we are all called home? We shall stand as all shall, before our one infinite creator. We already know that which awaits us. In our coming fourth density negative polarity world, we shall have to experience the negativity of our own creation, and know what it feels like. We shall have to work off the karmic effect of our actions, but at the same time, knowing that this is a beautiful and intricate game that we are all co-creating here together, we also know that we shall be rewarded with a hearty thank you and job well done, for the sacrifice we have made, in bringing this negative polarity into your game for you, that you may use it wisely, to see that which you are not. Thank you for your questions. We wish you all the very best, and ask our infinite creator to bless your path. As you will be leaving us this Friday, I would be interested in finding verification for other possible sources of information for this knowledge. You have mentioned the Ra channelings, but I also see similarities in 3 other sources which have been discussed in this and other forums on the internet. I would appreciate your evaluation of the information coming from these sources in the light of your messages. They are Asim, A Course in Miracles, allegedly channeled by the Christos, the Edgar Cayce material, in which the Ra entity may have played a part, and the Terror Papers. Can those of us seeking to continue our understanding of these matters find anything of use from these sources? Asim has some core truths within it, mainly along the lines of the law of radiation and attraction, but it is also littered with inaccuracies. I am not aware of the Terror Papers. Edgar Cayce's work is significant. There are many distortions within it, but for ones who are of a discerning mind, there is much strong meat to be ingested from its reading. Keep an open mind, but weigh it all up, as you should any philosophy that you allow to enter into the sacred space of your mind, and take the truths that resonate with you. Also you mentioned 2 prior contacts, 1999 and 2003. Can you shed some more light and specifics on those sources, as I assume they are not to be considered privileged to those who ask? Unfortunately that is beyond my remit. The 2003 material was removed by the admins of the site. It was shared it as they felt it was causing too much controversy, and the 1999 material was not released for the same reasons as that which I am sharing here. There was much truth within it, but our goals have changed in many ways since that time, and it would be misleading for me to point you in its direction now. In fact, I have been specifically instructed by my own upline not to do so. I am sorry. Thank you for your assistance. Namaste. You are welcome. That is a wonderful word to have ended your communication with. If one would genuinely live by its essence, to recognize and honor the divine spark within each of us, we would be in for a massively positive harvest. Namaste to you too. We ask that our one infinite creator blesses you, and guides your path. I wonder if Hidden Hand has read something called The Law of One. I've only picked through it, having just stumbled on it after reading these posts, but it reads remarkably similar to HH's responses here. www.lawphone.info. So is this the hoax source, or is that book instead the truth? Maybe HH could respond? I have already made reference to this, the Ra material, earlier in the topic. As I stated then, yes, it is the most accurate public information available in this world currently, and I strongly recommend its reading to anyone with an inquiring mind. I read some, but not all of the books when they first came out, some 25 years or so ago, and it is very similar to the knowledge my family has, and have passed down for many generations. It is approximately 85-90% accurate. The inaccuracies occurred when the channel was weak, and were not intentional. We know Ra, the entity, very well, and are happy that they are even now still working here on this planet behind the scenes to prepare for the great harvest. I think I'm up to date with your questions now. If I have missed any that are not unimportant ones, such as what car I drive for example, then please let me know. We have 2 sessions left together, and then I must take my leave. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. 4th session. Okay, as I stated, unfortunately my remaining time is shorter than planned. This was unforeseen and unavoidable. I will not have sufficient time to answer all of your questions, so I will for the most part focus my remaining time with you upon responding to those questions that I feel to be from the heart, ones asked by those who are genuinely looking to take something away with them of import from our discourse here together. My second focus will be upon answering other intelligent or insightful questions that can be used to further develop our discourse. I desire to impart as much as I am able with you. In the short time we have left, I will also, as far as possible, answer other questions that I feel are important in the grand scheme